Something special about this island, and our competitors have been enjoying it in past years. We saw Coco Ho in there. Let's get stuck into Heat 4 of the seeding round. Courtney Conlogue looking to rebound after a very disappointing result for her down there at Margaret River, falling out of the mix with a 33rd. No one saw it coming, or I should say a 17th at this level for the women.
This morning, here's a good-looking wave.
Well, this one's standing up on the outside, and Brisa Hennessy is going to tap right into it. Drives up into the lip. Big floating re-entry, hangs onto that.
It's down at Margaret River, so she's not leaving that to chance here. Just getting things underway. This is Brisa's first ride, up and through the lip, holds onto the float.
And Caroline Marks on the outside has priority. She gets an opportunity here. Loads up and smacks the lip. Rolls through to the inside. Hangs onto the float on a tricky section and finds a little combo there on the inside. The wave kind of forced her into transition, Rich, but surfed with great speed and managed a couple of moves in the end.
Little airdrop, and then watch Caroline Marks. She starts streaking down the line here. Hits the bottom, slices off the top, little check turn, then floats over that little tricky section, and then bang, hits that final lip. Here's the slow-mo. You can see she's just leaning into that on a toe side rail. The goofy footer here. Now she stomps on the tail, puts all the force on the fins. Cuts it a little short because she knew there was more action down the line. And look at that section just bowling up in front of her. No choice but to go up and over. And just look at that turbulent water there that she has to get through. Puts all the weight on the back foot. And then it bowls out again. Such ledgy little sections. And these are all the rock shelves underneath these waves that are just...
She's looking sharp out there at the moment. Caroline Marks kicked off with a 5.33 on a wave that didn't really allow her to commit to any of her turns. But Courtney Conlogue's found a gem of a ride here, and she ripped in big time.
Yeah, it was a good wave, but this one's even better. Courtney Conlogue, now she starts to wind up. An aggressive snap. Watch this second turn. Just hammer time off that final hit. And, well, that is the power and the aggression. Watch the slow-mo. Watch this. Strong in the thighs, and she just wraps it round. Carves off the top. Great composure. Balance with the upper body. And then this is the money turn here. Really digs in hard. Jams on the brakes.
Could be the highest scoring wave of the heat so far, as Brisa Hennessy uses her priority on this one. Draws off the bottom. Nice snap to get started. Gets it back up there for one more, and not done just yet. Love that piece on Brisa Hennessy. You can catch it online at worldsurfleague.com at the moment. Got to 11th position in 2019, but finds herself outside the top 10 in 14th spot at the moment. Has some work to do.
Rides out clean.
Here goes Caroline now. A whipping cut down to get things started. So much variation in her approach, and again she finds a wave that is trying to run away from her, but still does well to get a couple of hits in.
Nice wave standing up here. Looks like she'll take off.
Yeah, the first surfer down here this morning on the bus. Joined the production crew, in fact, and it was so dark when we first rocked up, but Courtney's so eager to get out there and get a feel for these conditions. Goes looking for a backup on the inside there.
Yeah, she is, and well, have a look at the form here, just slicing off the top. And a big, long projection floater just eliminates all the danger below by just riding the roof of that thing all the way to the end. Great technique. Very technical surfer. You look at the extension there as she pushes out the back. And then she sees this thing just throwing out, so she goes up and over and then rides the roof of that one and then basically jumps off the roof out onto the flats.
One of Courtney's strongest turns, that backhand float. Always great commitment and control, as we see Brisa trying to get herself back into this heat. Does well to hang on to that final manoeuvre. Kind of lost contact with her front foot and the equipment there for a moment, but reeled it right in.
It's allowing them time to get that second turn done. As we watch the replay, that was a fast snap. The first one was really critical. The second one, even more critical. Her front foot, excuse me, came off the board for a millisecond there, and she was able to stomp it back down. Nice and compressed. That sort of figure-8 motion as she comes off the bottom, off the top. Nice and composed, and then this second one. Watch how the wave just bowls out under her. Front foot sort of comes off. She forces it back on. Gets nice and low.
And some big numbers potentially dropping in this next set. Caroline Marks digging in that first turn. She's in third place at the moment, chasing down a 6.87 to get back in the second and potentially take the lead. Really looking to get everything she could out of that ride.
Getting some work done outside, but she's not getting that final turn, that second big turn. The first one was beautiful. That little second one there was more down the line, a bit more horizontal, and there's really no finish here, and she actually just trips up on this final hit. Here's the water angle. Beautiful. Watch her just get on the rail here. Carves it round, snaps really quickly, gets nice and low. But then she was forced to keep working down the line. She didn't get that big dynamic second turn finish. Here, as we just see Courtney up and riding.
Yeah, Courtney's just really been laying into some big turns on the outside. That backhand float goes a little wrong on the end section there.
As we see, set's approaching.
I know it's early days, but for me, that's my pick for the final five. I don't know in what order, but so much talent in the mix there as Brisa Hennessy comes unstuck on what is a crucial ride at the 6.5 minute mark. Yeah, priorities with Courtney, and she's going to opt to take this one. Brisa makes her have a good think about it. Courtney's looking to drop a 5.8 with something bigger to increase her scoreline here, but not sure she's going to do it.
Call there too, perhaps going, okay, if I just leave this, but Brisa with an opportunity.
Yeah, running out of room on this one. She's actually going to call it a day, looking at her watch. And she saw that there was still 50 seconds to go, so she's going to head out and just hope to pick off something on the inside here. It's interesting, I said before, you could see on screen Caroline Marks was paying attention to the youngster, and that's just how it feels with the maturity in which Caroline Marks competes. A couple of years younger than Brisa. Brisa does find some room to move, but she won't get much out of this ride. But it's just going to be very difficult. Kick off things here at the Rip Curl Rottnest Search event with a victory in the seeding round, and Caroline Marks does hold on to that second position. And Brisa Hennessy, she'll have to fight her way out of the elimination round.
Yeah, it was a very strong heat for Courtney Conlogue, and Caroline Marks doing enough. Surfing well. Unfortunately, Brisa Hennessy, she's going to have to face elimination.